University of Batangas, Chairman of the Board of Regents, Attorney Jesus Mayo, and the member of the Board of Regents of UB President Emeritus and former Justice Secretary Hernandez, Governor Hernandez, my neighbor in Katipunan in UB Diliman, Quezon City, and my fellow alumnus of the Philippine Foreign Service, Ambassador Javier, my wife, Attorney Edwin Versols, UB administrators, faculty, staff, and students, distinguished guests, colleagues and partners, friends, ladies and gentlemen. As you will notice, I was groping for my glasses because I am not used to wear this medieval costume. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. I am very happy to be here in this proud, prosperous province of Batangas, ang lalawigan ng mga bayani. And I was very happy to hear for the first time the Batangas hymn. It is so beautiful, even for a Bisaya ear. I am happier still to represent the National University, all 9 autonomous universities of the University of the Philippine System, in this momentous and happy occasion of the investiture of one of our own. But perhaps I am personally happiest because I am here among my friends from the University of the Philippines, particularly from the UP College of Law, who descended on Batangas like a phalanx of Greek warriors to cheer and root for their own, headed by the President of the Philippine Bar Association, Bingbing Villarreal. I cannot mention you all. Of course, our Palanca awardee and my classmate in one of the subjects, Mr. Nicolo Pichay. But I would like to thank another of our colleagues, Sister Christine. I will not say your name in the law school anymore because you're 16, the president of St. School. He is our colleague. She is a lawyer as well, and we were classmates in UP Law. And we took our graduate school in Boston at the same time as well, where I met her in a church service. Where else where I find Sister Christine? I'm happy you're here, and I really thank my colleagues. This will not be in order, and I will not use titles. I will just call them by their names in the UP College of Law. Bernard Mayo, her lively wife, Boyda Polikit, Che Vilio here, Carlo Quezon, the quiet guy from Section B. I didn't know he's also from UB. He owns part of UB. And of course, Noni is brilliant batchmates of mine from the College of Law. And I'm just digging my ear. And I couldn't see Joel Mayo, but I was told he is in Hanoi. So I'm very happy to be here on behalf of your conversation, on behalf of your invitation. I will try to stick to this testimonial, keep it simple, personal, as much as possible. But I am known to lie sometimes in UP, so I might cross it a little more seriously, but I will start from the brinks. Among the things that UP is most proud of, and perhaps what we are really most proud of, is our alumni. Let me put this in proper context. Not to brag, just factual context. The University of the Philippines has produced 44 of the 81 national artists in Philippine history. We have produced 40 of the nation's 42 national scientists. We have produced 8 of the nation's 9 national social scientists. These are all alumni. Or, if you don't mind me, we have produced 6 of the nation's 17 presidents. If you include those with honoris causa degrees, we have produced 13 of the nation's 17 presidents in the country. 14 of the nation's 24 Senate president, 14 of the nation's 26 speakers of the House, 18 of the nation's, I think 25 chief justices of the Supreme Court. We're proud of them. But what we are truly proudest are the men and women who ventured into education and build schools. Because this is our reason for being, as we say in UP, to shape minds, that shape nations, communities, societies, families. Those who build schools build something eternal. As the speaker earlier said, like students pass this campus like night and day, you go on forever like night and day. And so it is with special and immense pride that I greet and congratulate a friend of mine and a distinguished alumna of the University of the Philippines, Ms. Marlene J. Hernandez-Bohn, who today formally takes on the prestigious role of the 3rd President of the University of Batangas. I have not been president of UP for long yet. In fact, I just had my own investiture ceremonies, colorful and moving to me, earlier this year in my home island of Mindanao. It was an exhilarating experience, a mark of new beginnings and coming home, in spite of the many, many promises to keep in my life. I had both the entire UP community and people at home wishing me well in this long journey. And so I think I'm here today, and I wish the same for your new president, whom I believe is taking on an equally enormous responsibility. We share a bond as fellow graduates, knowing the values instilled in us during our time at UP. I truly believe that Ms. Hernandez-Bohn's visionary leadership, the University of Batangas will continue to grow as a beacon of educational excellence dedicated to serving the broader community, or as we say in UP, the people. From one president to another, please accept my best wishes in the helm of University of Batangas. Lily, a pride of the province, a center of educational excellence in southern Tagalog, the southern Luzon region. Ms. Hernandez-Bohn not only bears what we call the Tatak UP, being an alumna of our programs in BS Economics in 1993 and BS Business Administration in 1992. How did you do it? 2 degrees. It's like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Her entire family are also, to my surprise, true blue fighting maroons. And being an scholar ng bayan runs in their blood. And I'm beginning to realize more today. From her siblings, to her mother, to her father, Christy, who was not only a UP engineering alumnus, but also, as was mentioned earlier, chair of the Department of Genetic Engineering, director of the Training Center for Applied Geodesy and Photogrammetry, and Vice Chancellor of my home UP unit in Diliman, Vice Chancellor for Community Affairs. I have no doubt that Ms. Hernandez-Bohn will carry on his tradition of public service with honor and excellence. I say this because service is hardwired into the DNA of a fighting Maroon. Her tenure of over a decade at UB, helping running UB into a robust institution, financially well-kept, technology-driven, and forward-looking. Her accomplishments in financial management, including major land acquisitions, facilities construction, and the implementation of cutting-edge IT systems underscore her strategic vision and dynamic leadership. Her extensive experience in corporate finance and planning here and abroad helped expand the university and its growing community of learners. Instead of staying in the United States, and I really admire this, pursuing an already productive career as a finance manager and specialist, she returned to the Philippines to give back to her community and the country. I realize she's probably more qualified to be UP president than I am today. It is heartening to see your institution under President Hernandez-Bohn's leadership actively contributing to the development of individuals as contributors to family, community, nation, and the world. The objectives set forth by University of Batangas, I read, ranging from educational excellence, community service, and a global perspective, reflect a holistic approach to education. It is a vision that President Hernandez-Bohn has ardently championed throughout her distinguished career, and I adhere to it as well. But her example is definitely worth emulating, even for a newbie, especially for a newbie UP president. I join everyone in expressing faith in her ability to forward UP's mission of providing accessible, quality education in the region where necessary knowledge, values, or skills are honed for, quote-unquote, the preservation and improvement of the Philippine society. I would also like to take this opportunity to open, nandito na lang ako, UP's doors to UP as it continues to serve Southern Tagalog region, Southern Luzon region, and the broader community. Our intersecting interests in teaching, research, and creative work and public service call for further conversations, which we must push ahead. UP's presence in this investiture, I am proud to say, is my personal testament to this enduring commitment to foster abiding and deep partnerships that further bring what we do at the National University to the grassroots localities. Huwag mo na lang masyadong pagsasabi sa ibang yun. SUC President sabi ako, kaibigan ko si Presidente niya. When I began my own presidency, I envisioned a more relevant and responsive UP. We consider UP as an important collaborator and partner to make this happen. Magpadayon po tayo ng magkakasama. Your institution's commitment to quality education, personal and professional growth, and a global technology-driven environment aligns seamlessly with the values we hold dear at UP. The University of Batangas consistently nurtures students who uphold the dignity of the human person, the democratic processes, and the pursuit of knowledge, values, and skills necessary for the betterment of Philippine society. Undeniably, the best, indeed, as all you UBians know and would say. So once again, congratulations, Ms. Lily Marlene J. Hernandez-Bohn, on your investiture as the third president of the University of Batangas. And may your tenure be fulfilling and fruitful. And to the University of Batangas community, may President Hernandez-Bohn's leadership bring out the best. As you say, builder and innovator of knowledge, efficient, professional, and effective communicator, social, moral, and global-minded citizens, and transformed lifelong partner in each of you. I understand that like UP, which will become 116 years old this year, you are almost 80 years old. And if a university has crossed the half-century mark, it has proven a lot. It has proven resilience, it has proven its relevance. But even as our institutions grow in more experience, we know that the travel is not yet done. There is still miles to go. And so, with that in mind, I would like to borrow, in response to the poem that was just written today, borrow some lines from my favorite poet and poet, Ulysses by Alfred Lord Tennyson, about moving on. And it says, our purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset and the baths of all the western stars until I die. It may be that the gulch will wash us down. It may be that we shall reach the happy isle and meet the great Achilles, whom we know. And though much is taken, much abides. And though we are not now the strength that in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are one equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Lily, as president, seek, find, and do not yield. Magandang hapon po sa atin.
Thank you very much. Some more of our